As you can see, I've made a couple of elements here, which I'm going to use to make my pattern brush. I'm just going to select both of them, hold down Option and drag out a copy. Turn it sideways. If you hold down Shift as you turn, it will turn it exactly 90 degrees for you. Holding down Option, I'm just going to make another copy here. Next, I'm going to type P on my keyboard to bring up the pen tool. And I'm going to draw a rectangle connecting the same points on my elements. If you hold down Shift as you draw your rectangle, you'll make sure that the lines you're drawing are straight. I'm going to make sure that there's no color in my rectangle, no color fill, and no color to the stroke. And I'm going to type Shift Command left bracket to send it to the back. I'm going to type Command C to copy my invisible rectangle and Command F to paste it in front. Type Shift Command right bracket to move one of the rectangles to the very top of everything. Select the whole thing and type Command 7 to make a clipping mask. If I type Command Y, you'll be able to see the wireframe of what we're doing, and I just need to get rid of these little extra bits here. So what I'm going to do is select the whole thing and expand it. Come up, Object, Expand. Now I need to release the clipping mask. So I'm going to type Option Command 7 to do that. Then I'm going to select the whole thing, choose the Shape Builder tool, hold down Option, and delete these extra bits. Now I'm ready to make my brush. Come up to the Brushes panel. If you don't see it here, come over to Windows and find the brushes and make sure it's ticked. It should pop up. In my brushes panel, I'm going to click this plus button here and choose Pattern Brush. Here Illustrator is showing me what my brush will look like once I apply it to my strokes, and I'm just going to set the corners. Type V and click anywhere to unselect. Type N to bring up the pencil tool, and I'm just going to draw a little squiggle. Now, if I just click on the brush we've just made, it will apply it to the new stroke. And here in the properties, I can change the size and thickness of my stroke. Now, for the most fun part, let's see how we can apply this brush in our design. I'm going to select my rectangle tool, and if I click anywhere on the surface of my screen, I will bring up this panel and I can set the dimensions of my rectangle. I'm going to choose 28 by 18 centimeters. Holding down Option, I'm going to make a copy of my little butterfly here, and it's gone underneath my rectangle. So I'll press Shift Command right bracket to place it over the top. As you can see, I've placed my motif in the leftmost corner of my pattern tile, and I'm just going to go ahead and quickly build a simple half drop repeat pattern. I will select my butterfly, press Enter on my keyboard, and set 28 horizontally to move my butterfly over by 28 centimeters to the right. Not forgetting to press Copy as I go along. Then I'm going to select both of these butterflies and do the same thing, press Enter on my keyboard and set 18 centimeters vertically, copy. The last butterfly needs to go in the very middle of the tile, so press Enter and it's going to go 14 centimeters to the right and 8 centimeters down, copy. Great, this is our basic pattern arrangement done. Now let's apply our beautiful brush. Press P on your keyboard to bring up the pen tool. Holding down Shift, draw a straight line. I'm just going to give the stroke some color because I want to see what I'm doing. Next, with this line selected, come up to Effect, Distort and Transform. Zigzag. Here I'm going to select Smooth instead of Corner and reduce the number of segments. Make the wave slightly bigger, and with this line selected I can click into the brush that we've just made and it will fill our stroke with it. And I'm going to position it on my pattern tile, just extend it a little bit. The next thing I need to do is with this element selected, I'm going to come up to Object and click Expand Appearance. With it still selected, I'm going to type O on my keyboard, which will bring up the Reflect tool. I'm going to flip it vertically, click Copy, and scooch it over this way. Remember, the rule of repeat pattern making is whatever crosses the edge of your tile at the top must repeat in the exact same way at the bottom. So I'm going to select both of these elements, press Enter on my keyboard, and move it down by 18 centimeters. Now, we don't need all this excess at the bottom, so I'm going to click into the group and remove the excess. Actually, I'm going to, because it's a group, I'm going to right click on it and ungroup both of these. And you can see how these waves are actually lots of little segments chained together. Let's zoom in. Now I can press A on my keyboard and bring up a direct selection tool, which will allow me to modify each individual point here. And I can just tidy up these points on both ends to make sure they connect well with the elements above them and everything is seamless and uninterrupted. Great, now that we're happy with the layout, I'm going to select everything. Holding down Option, I'll drag out a copy of our pattern tile arrangement. I'll select the background rectangle, type Command C on my keyboard, Command F to paste it in front, then Shift Command right bracket to move it over the top. Select everything again, Command 7 to create a clipping mask, Object, Pattern, Make, Size Tile to Art, and we're done. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.